Broadcasting live from the True Crime Today studios to the world. This is Murder in the Morning with Tony Bruschi and Stacey Cole.
From the Hit Killers Podcast, Murder in the Morning.
So, if you're sitting here this morning, Monday morning, before the apocalypse,
right?
We obviously do true crime news, but this I like this. This is a kind of a funny one. Doesn't involve anything super dark, or it's just kind of freaking weird and funny.
But it could have become dark.
And it could have become very dark and horrible too. I mean, I'm not saying the act of what he was doing is funny. I'm just saying compared to, the Diddy sex ring, and Alec Murdaugh, to you name it. This is it's a nice little break. So
that's what I thought. I saw the story and went, "Oh, we are so covering this one."
We may need to do more lighthearted stories in the next few weeks, just for anyone that may need them. A former menu production manager at Walt Disney World is now facing federal charges after allegedly hacking the company's servers following his termination. According to a federal criminal complaint, the fired worker, mind you, manipulated menu settings, changed prices, inserted profanity, and altering notifications that marked certain menu items as safe for individuals with allergies. Shit. Now, okay, that's not good. That actually could be very dangerous. Inserting profanity on the menu at Walt Disney. I would be, if I saw that, I would be like, what the fuck? And then it probably disappears. It's like it's there and then it's not.
Right.
And everybody.
Here's some fucking fries for you.
Exactly. It's like the Captain Jack asshole burger. Like, what the fuck? like, is that, look at this. And then everybody looks up at the menu and it's not there anymore.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Exactly. Good God.
Okay, so that part's funny. The other part, I wonder, I wonder if they can look back. They're probably going to look back right now. Anybody who had any sort of weird allergic reaction in Disney over the dates of this man's employment may have a case. If that's you, call the law officers. No, but...
Yeah, like Cap Lejeune's water,
Yeah, exactly. Whatever. You may have a case, seriously. Disney officials said the former worker's accusations could have potentially fatal consequences for guests with severe allergies had the changes the changes reached Disney's restaurant menus. However, Disney detected the tampering before. Oh, okay. Well, here you go. Nobody's got a case. Disney says they detected the tampering before it impacted guests and promptly took the menu creation program offline for more than a week, which resulted in approximately $150,000 in costs for the company. An internal Disney investigation identified the ex-employee as a suspect, citing his prior role and access within the menu management system. Only workers in his position or similar positions would have the access and knowledge to carry out the attacks, stated the criminal complaint. Disney said the worker's termination last June had been contentious. The FBI launched a full investigation, eventually leading to the former employee's arrest. His court-appointed attorney, David Haas, noted that his client, who has struggled with mental health issues from a young age, has not received counseling or treatment in jail. He's not receiving any mental health counseling or treatment in jail, he said. Haas said in a motion seeking his release. Haas added that his client intends to plead not guilty once the formal indictment is filed. While Disney has declined to comment in the ongoing case, company representatives expressed relief that the intercepted menu alterations had prevented any potential harm. They really are stressing that point.
Yeah, they are.
It didn't go out.
It's a dangerous place just as it is. I mean, there's rides, there's crowds, there's all kinds of stuff. You've been there recently.
Yeah.
I looked up, obviously I know of some very basic food allergies. I was an EMT for a short time.
Yeah.
Peanuts, shellfish are big ones. But I remember responding to a case. There was a kid in high school. It was like, I came on shift at 8:00. And by 8:45, we got called to get to the school immediately. That they had administered an EpiPen to this kid. He had walked in the door of the classroom, and somebody in the room across the room, like all the way across the room, had opened up their sandwich, which was peanut butter and jelly. And this kid was deathly allergic to peanuts. Just him walking in the door and getting a whiff of it was enough to send him into anaphylactic shock.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Wow.
So they had already administered the EpiPen once, and, ambulance, pedal to the metal, lights and sirens, headed to him to administer more and get him to the hospital immediately. I mean, you can die. I mean, we always hear about nut allergies, but there's fish, milk, eggs, wheat, soy. If you're celiac, sometimes these things can cause, that can trigger anaphylaxis. People die from this, and it's from food. So this could have been serious. Can you imagine if one of these menus had gotten out and maybe peanuts, it was left off, that this is a potential allergen? You could have had kids dropping all over the park. Yeah.
No, you really could have. And that's, that's
the profanity is one thing. That's funny as shit.
Yeah.
But this is.
Yeah. That got dark quick.
Yeah.
Because it's totally true. I mean, that's, my God. He ranks number 3 according to ChatGPT, on the most severe arrests of Disney employees. I said of all time, but I don't think it goes back very far.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So I mean, this is just ChatGPT. I just want to confirm this before I say any of this alone. It does give me sources.
Well, they have to be careful with who they hire and if they fire somebody, because there's kids. You don't want a whole bunch of porn addicts running around. I guess there's nothing wrong with being a porn addict, but you don't want to be a pedophile. Let me put it that way. As long as it's not child porn.
Yeah, 2 very different things. Yeah. That's Disney World employee was among 157 individuals arrested in Polk County, Florida during Operation Autumn Sweep, an undercover human trafficking investigation. The operation also led to the rescue of 4 potential human trafficking victims. 3 Disney, this is March of 22, according to CBS, 3 Disney employees were arrested in a Florida human trafficking sting operation. One, a lifeguard at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, was charged with sending explicit photos to an undercover detective posing as a 14-year-old girl.
Ew.
April of 24, according to the New York Post, a 44-year-old Disney Cruise Line employee, Trisso Neary, was arrested on charges of possessing and transporting child pornography. He was the 3rd Disney Cruise Line employee arrested on such charges that year, according to the Post. Then you have the story we just talked about. And then you have Patrick Spikes, a former Disney employee, arrested for stealing over $14,000 worth of costumes and props from Walt Disney World. He sold the stolen items online, including an NBA player, Spikes. Including an NBA player. That doesn't make any. According to an NBA player. Okay, I missed the 2. I'm like, he sold an NBA player? Like, what the fuck's going on at Disney?
That's human trafficking, man.
What am I reading? Okay. Spikes was sentenced to 10 years probation and ordered to pay restitution. Overall, I've been to Disney a lot. To me, honestly, this is just my personal opinion. It feels like one of the safest places.
Absolutely, it does. They vet their employees. They take their employee pre-employment and background checks very seriously. Yeah. If somebody slips through, they'll get found out.
Yeah.
And they're monitoring everything.
The fact that, and this sounds bad, but it's not. Because I'm just speaking statistically here, with the amount of employees that they actually have, and not to diminish any of these things, but compared to the volume of employees, to have people in such a large group that you're going to find people like this, just statistically, is low. It's going to happen if you're employing probably millions of people. I don't know, thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. You're going to find people like that in any group of that size. But they do vet very well. And it is like I said, I've gone there many times, compared to other parks and such, feel very safe there. And there is a lot of people watching out for kids more than you know there. And
they've got people undercover that look like they're tourists who are just security.
Yeah. It really is very, very good. But it's just interesting when you hear stories like that to come out. But yeah, that's scary.
It is scary. There's 225,000 individuals worldwide that work for Disney as of September 20th or September 30th of 2023.
Yeah.
I knew somebody that worked at Walt Disney World. And I know for a fact, maybe I'm not supposed to know, but there are so many undercover people there that are hardcore security. They're armed to the teeth. They look like tourists. They look like they're just obnoxious tourists, but that's their job. And they're there in case of a security breach of some sort. If somebody's going to carry something out at Walt Disney World, those people will spring into action and stop it immediately. Well, I mean, it's just whatever the case may be. Well, if you want to try to do something at Disney, you picked the wrong fucking place.
Yeah. The fact that they haven't had something like that happen speaks to the security of it. I'm not trying to say anything like jinxing that, but my God.
Yeah, you don't want to do that there.
No.
I'm just saying, you don't.
No. And
go to a bank or something. Don't go there.
And you know what? And I'm just guessing, because I don't think they would publicize this, but I'm guessing there's probably been many thwarted attempts. And they're not going to want to publicize that because they don't want people to think that, it would be a target. Right. But the fact that nothing has ever happened just really does speak to the security that exists at that place. So anyway, not an advertisement for Disney, but I'm just relaying my experiences and how I feel about it. But these obviously horrible, horrible, horrible people, they exist, and unfortunately, they exist in places like that too. Just a scary, messed up world that we are living in.
You're neck deep in a dark, twisted tale, and just as the tension peaks, bam, a commercial about some miracle diet pill breaks the spell. It's like finding a fly in your soup after the first bite. But here's the fix. True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts. You get to enjoy your crime stories without the junk. Ad-free episodes, extended interviews that go beyond the surface, and early access to all the gruesome details. It's like swapping out a can of cheap beer for a glass of fine whiskey. So search for True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe and keep the darkness flowing uninterrupted.